Oops, I did it. I did stupid simp stuff. So here's my take on how not to be a simp. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the saying. The saying that says, don't chase a butterfly. It's better to plant a garden. And from there, the butterflies will come. Though I'm a bit black-pilled to actually believe that is true. However, because if you have an ugly, shitty garden, there ain't no butterflies coming there. But, it's still better to plant a garden than to just have rotten soil. So, till your soil, plant some weeds and gardens, and maybe a butterfly will come, but maybe not. It's a better use of your energy than to chase the butterfly. Let me tell you. Okay, so I don't know. That's about it. That's it. Don't go after women. Don't have expectations. It usually ends poorly. I don't know if I'm gonna go into full example, but basically I kind of chased an old flame of mine that I was seeing 3 years ago, and so basically I think she wanted me to come see her at her new place, which was very fucking far away from where I am. Now currently I'm unemployed and really don't have anywhere to be. So I said, fuck it. I was kind of almost, so I've been nomadic. I'm just kind of like sleeping on people's couches this past month. So I was in a city, and where she's staying was 6 hours the opposite direction of where I wanted to go. Pretty dumb, pretty stupid. And I had these discussions where I was like, at least if I go there, it'd be at least nice to cuddle with you. And she's like, well, I don't know. I'll see how I feel. The truth is, she just wanted company. And she didn't want to fuck me. And I should have been clear. I should have been like, no. And I guess it was a test for myself. I was like, let's see if I can go and just have a good time with her. And the answer is no. That's not to say that it's not possible to go and have a good time and enjoy a platonic company with another girl. But if you're going out to buttfuck nowhere, to a place that you really don't care much about to go to, and it actually is a major detour, just to be with someone, just think about it. If it was a male friend of yours, would you do it? So it's like, what's the ulterior motives? So I knew, and I even expressed to her that I do have, obviously, the fantasy of banging. I said it a little more graciously than that. And she's like, I understand humans and stuff like that. So, and she's like, yeah, I'm not really into it, but maybe we'll cuddle. So I had this thing of, okay, well, maybe I can go there, and I want to lower my expectations. And even if we have a nice platonic time, be good. But we're not even having a nice platonic time. That being said, she's in school, she's a little stressed, and it was ultimately a mistake. I don't feel horrible about coming here because I've had some really bad experiences with I haven't had terrible experience, but I've had one particularly bad experience last summer, and that was I'm usually not to anybody where I'm I'm never going to see you again. I don't even want to talk to you and speak to you. Anyway, that's a different story, but that happened with one particular girl. So yeah, obviously my sexually deprived self is okay, I'm gonna go. I have hope that something will happen, but I'll be fine if nothing happens. And the truth is, maybe that's what I need to see, is hope and expectations. Are they linked? Are they synonyms? Are they the same thing? Because if I had hope, did that mean I have expectations? Can I still have hope for something and have no expectations? Anyway, it was an interesting experiment, but ultimately the thing is, don't chase the butterfly. Going out to where this individual, this lady, this ex-lover of mine, not mine, I don't want to say of mine, that's possessive, but this ex-lover, obviously, in my mind, I was like, well, maybe if I see her, it's been a while, and maybe we'll reconnect, and maybe an old flame will spark. Anyway, that didn't happen. And in fact, she's actually quite annoyed with my presence. She's kind of OCD, and I'm kind of ADHD, and it kind of clashes staying at her place. And I think this is the first time she has her own space. But she's been telling me for months to come visit. But clearly she just wanted company. And then now when I'm here in person, she's like, fuck. And then because we're not sexual, there's just no trade-off. Really, there's just no trade-off for both of us. So I think if we were both sexual, and we're both comfortable, I'm of course comfortable to have sex with her, but she's not with me, and I respect that. So anyway, my lesson is, do your thing. Do you. Don't compromise for, especially for, I guess I want to say not guaranteed sex. Because if honestly, if sexual intimacy was guaranteed, I would been like 100, like I was on the fence about coming to see her. Like for a long time, I was really deciding. And I actually kind of let it be. So I did a thing where the last, like the day before I was going to make my decision before, like I was talking with her for like a couple weeks, and I had set a date of, this date was, on this day, I leave the current city I was staying in, and I go either back to where I have some stuff to do, basically in another province, and not urgent stuff, but stuff that would be good. If I went, it would have been good. It would have been a good time. It would have been good stuff to do. And even a friend of mine from all the way from middle school was in town, and he lives in Europe, and he just had a baby, and I would have seen his baby, and now I'm going to miss that. It's not the end of the world to me. I would have liked to see it. Oh my God, there's a deer. Okay, I'm going to pause the recording because there's a deer, and I want to take a picture. Right, so where I left off is I kind of did a thing where I kind of made a decision that it was very fucking far. I was driving, and I'm like, that's going to cost me a fortune in gas for for really like it could, like it's like a coin toss if it's going to be a good time. It really, it really was uncertain. She didn't give me a guarantee of anything. Obviously this was already stated. So I was like, I really wanted to like spend this much money to just like go there by chance. So what I did is I posted a rideshare towards where she stayed, and I said, it was very late, like very last minute. So if no one, so I was like, if like maybe one person gives me $20 for gas, it's like I'm just gonna cancel. It's just kind of shitty of me, but what ended up happening was I basically got a full car, and gas paid itself plus some, so that was nice. So I said, okay, well that's the deciding factor. And at this point, because I was still on the fence, even though like I had a full car and all this stuff, I was still on the fence to go. But then I was like, oh, you know what? Like I don't want to just dip on all these people that need a ride. So it felt a bit useful for me to just be a ride for people. So I was like, okay, fine. This is what it will be. And then halfway to her place, there's also another city that I know a person in, so I was like, okay, maybe I can connect with this person on the way back. So it's not like a total loss, but it was a like. Anyway, I was telling this dilemma to a friend of mine, and she said it's like, oh, there's like a siren, and she's like calling you to jump in, and that's totally what it was. It's like so I say that I answered the siren's call by coming out to see this individual, and ultimately I would say it's a mistake. But it's also a learning process. But it was pretty fucking simpy of me, and there's just consequences to that. Consequences aren't major, but good learning. And the learning is, just like, well, this is actually, so I have to say that this isn't the first time I'm doing something like this. Well, quite like this, I'd say yes, it's the first time. In a way where I really, really like overextend, like really go out of my way to try to get some loving, because I'm so deprived. Like I just basically never ever have sex. So because I've talked before, I don't meet the contemporary beauty standards of society, and we're all quite superficial. And honestly, this girl, this ex-lover is quite beautiful, probably the most beautiful woman I've ever been with. Very few women I've been with and stuff like that. Anyway, so yeah, she came back, she felt no connection. Fuck it, I fucked up. So, and on top of that, she's just kind of annoyed with me being there. So it's just like unpleasant. So I'm just like, wow, this is shit. So my personal thing is, of course, I don't villainize any women, and I'm actually doing my best not to villainize her. This is my fault. I'm taking full accountability for this fundamentally retarded behavior. So where do I want to go with that? So you could go out of your way a little bit if it's like a friend, and it depends how meaningful the connection is. So I think with her, we were having lots of phone chats. I think it's better that I just kept her as a phone friend than to come in person. And I had this thought, but I guess I just kind of I let it unfold this way, and I think I might have had some regrets had I not gone. So it was a bit of an experiment, but it was a bit, you know, the consequences. But whatever, I needed to experience it, and yeah, if you're going out of like really out of your way to go to somewhere where you don't really care to go to that place, and even if like I really didn't give a shit and didn't want to go to the town that she's in. Sometimes I like small towns and stuff like that, but it depends. It depends what the context is. So it was like I really went to this place to see her, and you know she's a cool friend, but fundamentally it was needy and it was desperate. And honestly, I have to say, neediness and desperateness is not a good look. But anyway, she was the one that beckoned me here, and I answered the call, and that's a lack of respect for myself. So there you go. Respect yourself and respect your direction, respect your goals. And this is something I'm learning because my goals are really hazy right now, and this is something I need to work on. So the thing is, I knew that going to her place, I think I tricked myself a little bit where I was like, okay, I could be there and calm my nervous system, it could be calm, she'd have no expectations of me, I can just kind of be myself there and it'd be chill, and potentially we could cuddle a little bit. And honestly, cuddling, even if there's no sex, kind of can calm me quite a bit. And yeah, the first night I got there, we cuddled, then she just instantly got annoyed with me the next day. Again, because of her OCD and my ADHD, so it's like my mess doesn't jive with her. And I do want to fix a lot of like the negative sides of my ADHD, like such as being extraordinarily messy. It's a work in progress, so, and she has no patience for it, so we're not compatible. So that's an interesting learning experience as well. So I guess yeah, so that's my silver lining of the way I'm trying to view this whole experience, is that it's a learning experience. And again, I actually don't resent her. I mean, I think I have a little bit of resentment, but it's I am trying to take full accountability for it, because I feel I should have known better, and I think I did know better. That's the thing. I think I did know better, and I still was like, yeah, let's follow the brain of the penis, and yeah, it doesn't always work. So follow your heart and plant your garden. Make sure all the moves you make in your life, and I'm telling this to myself, really, is to plant the garden, to always have moves towards planting the garden. And maybe once you have a little bit of stability, I'm just approaching a shoreline here on a hike. Honestly, this hike I'm on right now is the best part, and I wouldn't say make the trip worth it, but damn, this is a nice hike. Amazing out here, actually, very beautiful. So pretty cool, pretty nice. Yeah, just what a fucking major detour, and a loss of almost a week. But anyway, plant your garden. Make sure the moves you make. If you're going to do something that's going to take a lot of energy, think about what you're doing. So I left the garden and I chased the butterfly, and you know, that's okay. I fall, I get up. This is a bit of a fall, but it's not brutal. Could have been worse. And yeah, so that's my thoughts on this. Stay true to yourself. I am in a pretty lost space right now, so I am looking for, and it's not healthy, I guess, but I'm looking more in the external. I'm chasing things in the external than going inward. So that's why I led to this decision. But hell, I did it, and yeah, learn that. Always, yeah, that could be a good decision if you're struggling with indecision like I do. Yeah, plant your garden. That's the decision. Is this going towards the betterment of the soil of the garden, or are you stepping away from the garden and running away? And you know what? Again, if you are doing that, that's fine. But just think about how much energy it's going to consume, and think, will it give back anything to you? And I think I tricked myself into saying, yeah, this will give me something back. And you know, maybe in the future it did. Maybe I gained a little bit of wisdom, so to some degree maybe worth it. But fundamentally, yeah, just don't be a simp, okay? Fuck. See ya.